Some things that make me feel included at GoDaddy is definitely our Black in Technology Employee Resource Group. While we've been home for the past couple of years doing a lot of virtual things, it has certainly not been a lack of fun and camaraderie. We spin up Zoom calls all the time to hang out, to share common ideas, to share information. As well as I believe that GoDaddy fosters an environment to where I can share my unique thoughts, skills, and abilities in this space. I am not one that is quote unquote a techie backgrounded person. My background is in learning and facilitation, but I am fully embraced, even in my uniqueness of this space, to bring myself to work. I have no problem cracking jokes and telling people that I thought a full stack was pancakes. That's just simply me. It's my uniqueness to the space. I know very little about, certain subject matters, but I am bold enough to ask those questions, and people answer the questions simply because I am embraced as an individual. So those are things that GoDaddy does to help me feel included. And then we foster that environment, right? So we do the work, we do what it takes to try and ensure that that type of culture never goes away. It is truly a garden that we don't mind watering.
One of the things here at GoDaddy that helps me feel included would have to be our ERG, GDBit. They just give us the complete freedom to celebrate our Blackness and talk about our struggles, as well as connect with other people who understand what it's like to be Black in technology. So yeah, it's really awesome.
This one is actually very near and dear to my heart. Over the past year, a lot of devastating events have impacted the Black community. And my manager, he personally just reached out and said, take a day, take 2 days, take as long as you need to really digest what's going on, and take care of you, your family, and yourself. Self-health. There we go. And that made me feel amazing. He saw me, he saw my community.
I feel that GoDaddy celebrates diverse ideas and people by creating a culture of openness. I mean, all the things that make you who you are, when you bring that to the table with GoDaddy, they put that on display because it adds additional flavor to who GoDaddy is.
So how do I feel our company celebrates diverse ideas in people? One thing that I'm a fan of at GoDaddy is we always take a position of learning. So before you can truly, quote unquote, celebrate something, you must take the stance to learn about it. And it is a company that is willing to learn and understand everything that multiple backgrounds and perspectives have experienced, whether it was in our lifetime or whether it was in the lifetime of our forefathers. And after we come from a position of learning, then it is easier to put on this hat of celebration. And there are moments too to where it's not all celebration, to where sometimes it's commemorating. And we do our best to try and differentiate the two and embrace those two different perspectives. So in that case, I feel like we do a tremendous job, right? I feel like we always take a position of ever evolving, ever learning, ever growing, never feeling like we've made it to this position to where we can put the proverbial flag into the mountain, but that it is always a steep climb. But I'm just glad that we're a company that is willing to lace up, put on our hiking boots, and take it one day at a time and one step at a time.
One of the biggest challenges I see being Black in technology would have to be genuine mentorship. You got to have people in places to actually give back, and as we grow, we're getting closer to it, but we're not there yet.
I feel like because tech is still relatively new in the grand scheme of things, so last 20 years, 25 years, we as Black people still find ourselves navigating through the valley of firsts. So while I am an individual that is in learning, there are some experiences that I know that I am the first to trod these waters in my area, in my company. I feel like that is a challenge. I also feel like we are still in a consistent place to where we have to defend and argue to be in roles of senior leadership. I've seen companies take great strides and do whatever it takes to try and make it to that place of having Black in technology being represented in senior leadership. But I still feel like that is a fight that we as an industry have not overcome. So those are challenges that I feel that we face in Black in tech. Number one, we're in a valley of firsts. And number two, we are still doing what it takes to hold viable, sustainable roles in senior leadership.
Ooh, buddy. I would definitely say representation. The lack of representation in leadership is something that is very evident to me. It would validate my professional trajectory if I saw someone with coarse hair like me, that I know it's possible to achieve that height of profession in technology for someone that looks like me, who is Black.
My name is Christy Lillis, and I'm the Vice President of Diversity, Inclusion, and Belonging at GoDaddy. For those of you who might not be as familiar with GoDaddy, we are where people come to name their idea, build a professional website, attract customers, sell their products and services, and manage their work. We do a lot more than just sell domain names these days, and now we get to partner with entrepreneurs in many more ways as they're building their businesses. I'm the type of person who is focused on committing my time to companies who can have meaningful impact in our communities, which is why I joined GoDaddy to help work on our mission to empower entrepreneurs everywhere, making opportunity more inclusive for all. One key way we do this is by empowering small business owners and entrepreneurs from marginalized backgrounds and underserved communities specifically to succeed and flourish, which we do through our aptly named program, Empower. This program offers workshops, resources, mentorship, and coaching for entrepreneurs from underserved communities. It's really, really great stuff. Another way we're focused on making opportunity more inclusive for us is through transparency and representation. We know how important it is for us to reflect our customers in order to best serve them, and how having a diverse community helps us be better at just about everything we do. Not only that, it helps make us happier, healthier, and more engaged people all around. But don't just take my word for it. You can read all about it. GoDaddy was actually one of the earliest companies to release reports on representation and pay equity, which you can check out on our diversity and parity report. I'm proud that we've increased the diversity reflected in our leadership roles by over 5% in the past couple of years, and that over 1/3 of our general community is made up of folks who identify as BIPOC, including 40% specifically in tech roles. We've also continually achieved pay parity across both gender and race. Our corporate sustainability report details how 94% of us believe our colleagues treat each other with respect, as well as the amazing impact our employee resource groups have on our culture, including groups like Black in Tech, Latinx in Tech, Asians in Tech, and Women in Tech. More than all of that, I'm proud that this hasn't meant that we've slowed down our efforts. In fact, we've been accelerating and further prioritizing diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging program across the company. Because you know what? Something like 94% is great, but that means that there's still 6% of opportunity left to make progress. As someone helping to guide those efforts, I'm focused on a two-prong approach to integrate DEIB into the fabric of what we do every day. Of course, one half of that being how we're deepening learning and changing behaviors, and the other half being how we're ensuring our systems and processes are inclusive and equitable for all of us as employees and for all of our customers. One of those things without the other just won't work. And it's been exciting to see the impact we have when we can prioritize both. We're also looking to expand our impact externally through developing more partnerships with organizations, vendors, and other partners who bring a variety of different identities and experiences to the work we do. Thanks for taking the time to hear more about me and GoDaddy, and I hope you continue to have a great time at Black is Tech. I hope to get to meet you, maybe even work with you, at least some of you, very soon.